Damrasheva, the pre-season favourite to take the overall World Cup this year, Damrasheva, Mike.
She must be on paper, but and she showed good shape, good form at the first World Cup.
3 World Cups, she's already lost 40 points to Tora Berger.
Tora Berger was just so complete there up in Östersund. But I think we see often athletes start the season very well, and then there's a fatigue or a boredom factor built in. Let's hope Tora Berger can keep that same sharpness all the way.
Good start from Tira Lekhoff. She needs to get past Studebaker of USA. Otherwise, she's going to lose some valuable seconds.
Just amazing. From the first 13 women who have cleared the first timing, 10 have shot the perfect scores so far.
High left.
You can see the official in the background writing down the scores to make a double note of what's happening.
Well, that's become vitally important. Anyone who was with us during the World Championships last year, it changed the outcome of the mixed relay, with Oleana Bjorndalen hitting a target that was recorded as a miss and then changed and time given back during the race. That's something that they need to try and avoid, because it was very, very unfortunate for the Slovenians.
Rasima Schutte, she nearly came too wide on the exit of this tight bend, but it's great skiing. She's got the skiing speed this year, but her wonderful shooting from the past has left her a little bit, certainly at the World Cup. Hopefully, the first World Cup, hopefully she has it back. Coached by Ilmar Briches, 6 times Olympian, so he certainly has lifted her ski speed.
Tira Lekhoff for her first shoot. Skiing speed is right up there with the best in this first group. We've got 24 skiers in the first group today. The majority have gone in group number 2, but as we mentioned earlier, we have some of the big names going in group 3 as well. Zaitseva, Dol is there, Vaya Shemarenko is there, Olga Vilkina goes number 80, Slemdal of Norway 86, Berger 88.
Quite interesting. Tiro Ekhoff, she's come in with the second fastest time, but with that out of breath scenario, she's had to take a long time steadying herself, and she missed the first shot.
And 2 breaths in between each round as well, so perhaps pacing an issue there as we watch Tina Backman. 1, 2, 3, 4 clicks.
That's right. Well, she's estimating that the wind has dropped off, that she's moved her sights the anti-clockwise direction, the left and right element of the sights.
She must have felt the first shot was good, because it's very early on in the shoot to be changing the sights that significantly. Now, potential leader needs to be quick for Orlova. Crawford's time is looking very impressive indeed, 7:22, and will just time Orlova from the mat to the timing wand. Get some indication of when the athletes need to be leaving the range. So, last shot went down at 7:16. She left at 7:19.
Pavel Rostoshev must be quite pleased with this performance. And that was fast shooting from Urova.
So 8 seconds outside at 7:30. So about 14 seconds from the last shot to the watch, and good positive start from Orlova. She'll be happy with that. Now, Gosner, mixed bag. She didn't do too badly in the individual. We didn't think she was going to hit that many, but came through, produced a reasonable result. Looks well under control at the moment, and the time is exceptionally good.
The stress of her coach, Harold Bose, just looking anxious there. I'd love to see Gosner put these 5 down now. She's come into the range 10 seconds ahead of anybody. so bad it missed top left.
4 out of 5 will do. She's still only going to be some 5 or 6 seconds outside the best time so far, but she would have been 15 seconds clear had they all gone down. We'll try and give you an update when she leaves the penalty loop. She is skiing exceptionally well. Only the coach at this stage knows just how close that miss was, as we go back to Crawford, still with the fastest time after the first shoot, and 17:03 is well within reach.
Crawford and the Canadian team lifted, I think, by, well, clearly by Legelic's incredible performances today and last week.
It's a good, strong position. Well, I think she'll be happy with that. 9 out of 10 for the day, and Rosanna Crawford has brought the crowd to their feet. They're delighted with what they've seen there. And 7:22 still Crawford's time. This is the first shoot, and Polka, is she going to match it? She'll be very close. Very close. I think she'll be 2 or 3 seconds outside. In fact, shooting from lane 8, it might be a little bit more than that.
Again, Polka, the stability of her shooting. She's been around for many years in biathlon, and that experience in the windy, the difficult conditions. 3.3 behind Crawford.
Anastasia Kuzmina, absolute superstar in Slovakia. Lots of pressure on her at the beginning of the 2011 season. Careless last two. The miss on the fourth should maybe have just made her take a little bit more time over shot number 5. She's quick, but 2 penalty loops make it highly unlikely that she's going to be on the top of the podium today. Zima. Just trying to get a read on the pulse, Mike.
Quite see, her ski time coming into the range is excellent, and she might still even go out in first with this penalty loop. Shamray, he coaches them. They seem to be more relaxed this season, watching them in October training. Last year they barely spoke on a whole shooting session. This year there was a bit more relaxed fun in the Ukrainian team. Second shot, it seemed like a little snatch, a nervous pre-reaction to the shot.
Kuzmina just 38 seconds outside the best, despite those 2 misses on that first shoot. So she's skiing very well. She's the only one in the top 15 to have missed twice, but on the whole, shooting very good. 12 of the top 15 have gone clear, and Markkanen of Finland in 16th place, also shooting 5 out of 5. Arena in a hurry. Only one person clear after the second shoot, and that is Jenny Jonsson, or Jenny Jonsson, for Sweden. Crawford still leading, 16-14, just ahead of Zima, 16-16. Gasperin of Switzerland, 16-29. As we go back to Miriam Gostner now, how's her ski pace? She missed once in the prone. She was lying 4th coming out of the range and still going very well. Kaisa Mäkäräinen of Finland, former overall World Cup winner. Didn't have the best of seasons last year, but Mäkäräinen very solid. She had a good start to last season, got 3 top 4 finishes in succession. It hasn't been quite so glowing this time round, but it would be nice to see her get back to her best ski form, and when she is, she will definitely be dangerous. Looks a little bit lighter than in previous years. I don't know if that's my imagination, but looks a little bit skinnier.
She looks in good shape, good form, and I'm thinking back to last year. She had a 2nd place in this race, but our shooting deserted her last year, so certainly she's in good form, good skiing time. She needs to hit the targets. Coaches all around the track here, sorry Patrick, to give the timings, to give the advice, and to be there with spare ski poles and even sight adjustments. They're radioed the information should sights need adjusting.
Miriam Gustner getting a lot of support from the crowd as she goes past Susan Dunkley, or I assume she'll go past Dunkley. Dunkley holding her own. Maybe one criticism of the tracks here, Mike, it's quite difficult to get out of the way if the person in front isn't prepared to let you through.
That's true, and I think more so in the pursuit race, which we'll see tomorrow. It is a difficult one. A lot of energy is put out when you're trying to pass someone. They should move out of the way when you shout, though.
Good start from NOWAKOWSKA. Top 3 fastest times before the first shoot. Gustner, Kuzmina, Sukalova. That's the only way we can get some sort of indication. After that, of course, the shooting comes into account, and we can't tell exactly how fast they're going. Susan Dunkley, who we've just seen there for the USA, a very quick opening first lap from her, and she's within 5 seconds of the fastest so far. So that's good news again for USA. And it's not just the North Americans in biathlon who are doing better. Their cross-country skiers have certainly upped the level this year as well. So Bescon doing exactly the same as Anastasia Kuzmina and missing the last 2 shots in that first shoot.
Just feel that there's a bit of tension now in Gustner. She's not backing off at all coming into her 2nd shoot, the most important stand shoot. Look at the pace she's coming under the bridge. This is the little climb back up to the range. And the wind has dropped off a little, so slightly easier now for the stand.
Yeah, Dunkley easing down a bit, maybe a wise move. So, 2nd shoot. That mistake in the first shoot, excusable, but you just feel if she misses again here, her chance of winning has gone. Now it becomes a mental battle for Gustner. You can almost see the disappointment on her face. Well, 3 missed out of the 5, and still there is work to do on the range. Such a shame when you have a talent like that, but that's what biathlon's all about, Mike. If it was easy, we wouldn't be quite as interested in it as we are.
But as you say, when someone can ski in the top 4 or 5 ski times every time you race, and then you're messing up on the range, I mean, that is the aspect of biathlon which is so difficult to conquer, to be able to switch off, change your personality from the mad fighting athlete on the track pushing hard to a very calm, different mode, even though you're still massively out of breath.
Yeah, if it was that easy, maybe the Nortugs and the Colonias would make their way down to Austria to show the biathletes how to do it, but that would be an interesting race, certainly. Peter Nortug, don't think he's got the mentality for biathlon somehow.
Well, that's it. You need a kind of a calm, an ability to switch off. Biathletes can really change that thinking mostly any time required. Fantastic.
Yeah, solid shooting from Polka, and that's going to earn her the top spot for now. And